Alright, we're going to jump right into this. So you're going to use a D chord shape here with the strumming pattern, palm muted. You want it to be light. So you're going to put your palm on the bridge here, and it gives it that kind of percussive muted sound. And what you're going to do is a down and up strumming pattern for continuous eighth notes for a full measure like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and down, up, down, up, down, up, down. And play harder on beats 2 and 4 like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And you're going to do this for 2 measures like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's how this whole operation works. What's up everyone, Dr. Guitar here. In this video I'm doing a tutorial on the song Doors by Noah Kahan from The Great Divide. I'll be covering the difficulty, each main section, and at the end I have 3 helpful tips. Hey, and if this video is helping you, go ahead and shred that subscribe button. I give the overall difficulty of this song a 4.3 out of 10. If you take a look at the left hand, we have a lot of bar chord shapes. I have to elevate the difficulty for that reason, but you still have a lot of baby chords like G and D, which are nice. So for this reason, I give it a 5 out of 10. The rhythm of this song is pretty straightforward. We have continuous eighth notes going on the whole time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. But you're going to have to accent beats 2 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and it's a pretty standard rhythm, but because you have to accents beats 2 and 4, I'm going to give it a 3 out of 10. The right hand in this song is the hardest part because you're going to have to do some palm muting. It's where you put your palm on the bridge and you strum and you get that percussive sound. You know the drill. But when you do that, it's a little bit harder, and then you're going to have to be able to switch back to normal strumming. You'll also have to focus more on hitting like the low end versus the top end. And then you're also going to have to be able to do that accent of continuous eighth notes, but when you accent beats 2 and 4, which makes it a little bit harder to do. So for this reason, I give the right hand a 5 out of 10. To determine the difficulty of each song, I have the left hand rhythm and right hand difficulties and round out that average. And don't forget to tune this to drop D. The tuning of this song is in drop D. You don't have to have it in drop D. You can play the song without a drop D, but it is, and it sounds really nice when you get that low end. So you're going to tune the 6th string to a D, and then everything else is normal. You got A, D, G, B, E. And you're going to do this for 2 measures like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you're going to switch to a B minor chord. So you do the same string pattern here for 2 measures. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. If it's too hard for you to do this, I got a little baby B minor chord here you can do instead. Then you go back to D and do another 2 measures. 2, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you're going to go to B minor again, but you're only going to do it for 1 measure. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then here you're going to switch to an A/C sharp chord, which means this is an A chord with a C sharp in the bass. So you're going to bar fret 2 with your 1st finger, and then you're going to use your 3rd finger on fret 4 of the 5th string, which is that C sharp. And that gives us this A chord, and you're going to kind of not really hit the 1st string or the 6th string at all. And then you do a strumming pattern here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're going to land on a G chord. And because we're in drop D, you're going to have to use your pinky on fret 5 of the 6th string, and then your 1st finger on fret 3 of the 2nd string. And you're going to kind of fold that pinky back to mute the 5th string. And then everything else will be open in between. So the 4th, 3rd string open. So then you do 2 measures strumming here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And you're going to go back to a D chord and do this for a full 2 measures. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you're going to go to a B minor for 2. And then another A/C sharp for 2 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So when you put it all together, it sounds like this. D chord, 1, 2, B minor, 2, 4, 1, 2, 3. Back to D, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3. Shorten B minor, A/C, G for 2 measures. Back to D, 2 measures. B minor, 2 measures. A, 2 measures. When you get to verse 2, you're going to be doing a full blast strumming pattern here, so no more palm mute. But the chord structure changes a little bit, so he's going to alternate which chords you use. So as I have highlighted here, the first half is exactly the same. Here you're going to go to a G for 1 measure, and then back to a D chord for 2. Then our B minor, and then our A chord. So all the chords are listed out right there. Alright, so the chorus is a little different. You're going to have some faster chord changes. So you're going to do each chord for 1 measure, and you're going to start on a G chord and do this for 1 measure. And then you're going to switch to a D chord. And now here you're going to switch to an E minor. And because we're in drop D, you're going to have to add your 1st finger to fret 2 of the 6th string. So that's finger 1, 2, 3, all on frets 2 of the 6, 5, 4, 3. And you'll do a full measure here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then it goes to a B minor chord for one measure. 1, 2, 3, 4. Back to a G. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then to a D chord. 1, 2, 3, B minor. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then our A/C sharp. 1, 2, 3, 4. Chorus repeats. Except at the end, when you add that A chord, you just don't add it. You just do a B minor for 2 instead, like this. 1, 2, 3. Just stay on B minor here. So when you put the chorus all together, it sounds like this. G chord, 2, 4, D chord, 2, E minor, 2. Twice. And then repeat. 1, 2, 3. The post-chorus, you do 2 measures of B minor. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 1 measure of A/C sharp, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1 measure of G, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1 measure of D, 1, 2, 3, and then 2 measures of D, 1, 2, 3, 4. When you put the pre-chorus all together, it sounds like this: B minor twice, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, A once, G once, D twice. Now there is a solo in this song, and the chords change a little bit here too. So you're going to do each chord here for 1 measure of the strumming pattern. It starts on E minor, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then B minor, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a G, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a D chord, 1, 2, 3, 4. And you repeat that, so you do it again, and on the last one you give a D chord a strum. So when you put it all together, it sounds like this: E minor, B minor, When you get to the bridge, you're going to do every one of these chords for 2 measures, so that's nice. You're going to do a D chord, 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, B minor, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, D chord, 2, 4, B minor, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, A/C sharp, 1, 2. Now the outro is nice because you're going to do each chord for 1 measure of the strumming pattern, and you're just going to have B minor to A 3 times in a row, and on the last A you just let it strum once, like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, A, 2, repeat, B minor, 2, A, 2, repeat, B minor, 2, and let this rain on that A. The first tip I have for this song is to practice your bar chords separately. Trying to learn them in this song is going to be really tough. You're going to have to build up the strength independent of this and allow yourself to build up some dexterity and independence in the fingers separately as an exercise to help you get there, and I got a video on all that right here. The second tip I have is to practice these chords, building them up one at a time over and over. Instead of trying to go through each chord, take one chord, and we'll take a D chord here for example, build it up, add your 2 finger, add your 3 finger, add your 1st finger, and there you got 1. Do that like 20 times. Build it up, make sure you got it, make sure it sounds right, do it again. Even if it sounds wrong, keep building it up. Going back to it multiple times, repetition is key. You can do the same thing with these bar chords. You can build the bar, add all your fingers in the right place. It might not sound right. Stop, give your hand a break, do it again. Build it up like 20 times and keep coming back to it. Don't just let it defeat you one time. The third tip I have is to practice this strumming pattern without the left hand. So you could just do open strings here of down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, and then accent beat 2 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And just get better at that. Get better at that with the palm mute. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And and then get better at it with the regular strums. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hey, if these videos are helping you out, the best thing you can do for me is go to my Patreon and just support me there. Send me your videos of you playing. I'm going to feature you on the channel and give you an honest rating at what level of playing you're at.